Hey everybody, it's Dave and we're back with part 2 of Tonyisms from the Tony Horton Fitness Camp t-shirt. There they are, all of the various Tonyisms. Some of these you'll recognize from the P90X videos, some you won't. But I want to talk about these things because I think that they give us some good things to draw from. The first part I talked about one of my favorite ones, forget your best and do the work. And today I want to talk about what's your plan and purpose. Okay, so that's what it says on the back of the shirt. What's your plan and purpose? I think this is incredibly important. Okay, what this is about is figuring out why you are here. Okay, let's just talk about it in the fitness context. We can talk about it in all kinds of contexts and get very, philosophical about this. But let's just focus on fitness for right now. What is your plan and your purpose? Figuring out your purpose first, I'm going to suggest, is going to help you figure out what the plan is. Let me just talk about me, okay? I'm a couple days away from turning 40 years old right now. One of my goals is at age 40 to be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. So last Sunday, with absolutely no training whatsoever, and having not run for months, I did a 10K. Valentine's Day 10K, a bunch of friends said, hey, we're gonna do this race, and they all trained for it, and I said, oh, whatever, I'll just show up and do it. Okay, got it done in less than an hour, ran the last 5K in 24 minutes. That's pretty good for me, right? That's one of those things that I look at and I go, okay, I know that all the work I'm doing with P90X2 right now is supporting all of that, right? That's what's enabling me to go do the things I want to do. If I want to go out, I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean right behind me. If I want to go out and go surfing on my stand-up board for an hour and a half, I can do that. If I want to go ride my bike 50 miles, I can do that. On March 18th, I'm going to do the Navy SEALs triathlon. I don't have a whole lot of time to train for that race, but I'm going to do it. That's my thing. That's my purpose for my fitness, to be able to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them. What do I know about that? Well, I know that I've got to have reasonable strength throughout my body. Reasonable upper body strength, reasonable lower body strength, reasonable core strength. I've got to be in good cardiovascular shape, and I need to know how to fuel my body right. Okay? That's my purpose. So when I put together plans, right now I'm just doing P90X2 and following the schedule because it's new and I like it and it's fun. But usually what I do is I put together month-long training blocks. And so I would look at, let's take this, the Super SEAL triathlon, for example. I'd look at that race and I'd say, okay, so I'm going to put together, that's probably more like a 2-month training block. But put together training blocks, and during those times I'm trying to accomplish different things. I may be trying to get faster, I may be trying to build base strength, I may be trying to build more endurance, but I'm always trying to do something, okay, so that my training is focused. And then I'll pick workouts depending on what those goals are. So if I'm trying to build speed, I'll break out a lot of the asylum workouts are the ones I'll do. In particular, speed and agility is one of my all-time favorite workouts because that whole thing is about moving your body really, really quickly, right? And also in an efficient way that is, you don't want to step on that ladder. So that's a good example of how I make my training about my purpose. But that's my purpose. That's the thing that I'm doing. You need to figure out what your purpose is. I talk to a lot of people when we start these workout plans, and hopefully a lot of them I'm talking to before we start the workout plans, but a lot of times I'm talking to people who've already started. What are your goals? Why are you doing this? What do you hope to get out of this? What are you after here? What are you trying to accomplish? It's so important to understand those things because, as I said in part 1, a lot of times you're going to need to adopt this idea of forget about your best today and just do the work. What that means is sometimes you just have to show up. You don't want to be there, but you have to show up. When you have your purpose clearly defined and you know why you're getting up in the morning to work out, it becomes a lot easier to pop the DVDs in and push play. When you don't know what that purpose is, it's really, really easy to look at yourself in the mirror and kind of go, I don't care. What's the point? I'd rather sleep. I'd rather watch TV. Why am I doing this to myself? This hurts. But when you get really solid in your purpose and you figure out what it is that you're doing and why you're putting in this time and this hard work and learning all these new skills, then it becomes really, really easy. So take some time and think about that. Figure out what your purpose is. Define a plan that helps you accomplish that purpose, and then stay focused on that. Write it on the mirror in your bathroom if you need to. You know, when I've had big goals that I needed to get up and were going to be a pain in the ass, I wrote them on the mirror in my bathroom so that every morning I woke up and I, you know, kind of brushing my teeth and wiping the sleep out of my eyes, I thought, that's why I'm going to work hard today, is because I want to get that. So think about doing something like that. Figure out your purpose, figure out your plan. If you need help with that, you can always send me an email, info@thefitclubnetwork.com. Happy to help. Take care, guys. Have a good day.